Welcome everybody to this tutorial. Today I'm gonna be setting up CouchDB replication. Basically I'm gonna be having free servers. So two database servers, which is CouchDB database servers, and one load balancer, a nature proxy server. So basically I'm gonna have a CouchDB master and a CouchDB slave, and the CouchDB master will handle the write request. So when you're writing to your database, so the CouchDB master will take care of those requests. So when you're trying to read something from your database, the CouchDB slave will take care of those requests. So, and on top of that, you have the HA proxy. So the HA proxy has a responsibility, is responsible for directing your traffic. So when you have a read request, so HA proxy will send that request to your slave server, and when you have a write request, HA proxy will send that request to your master. So let's start. So you have to make sure that you have the vagrant file. So I'm just gonna ls to list my vagrant file. So now let's check the content. What do we have inside that vagrant file? So vagrant file. So here we have our vagrant file. So it's a Ruby, language. So you have here, you have the CouchDB master, and you also have some attribute here. You have the host name, the box, which is a vagrant box, an operating system, CentOS 7. We have the private network here, which is with the IP address here. We also have the sync folder, and we disable that. We don't want to synchronize any folder in this case, and we also have some of the SSH configuration in this case. And down here you have the CouchDB read server with similar configuration, and here you have our load balancer here, HT proxy. So make sure that you define all the machine inside your vagrant file. So that's check, everything is all right. So let's try to create now the virtual machine. So basically all you got to do is to run vagrant app, and vagrant app will spin up, will create those machines for you. But for the sake of being a little bit faster in this video, I'm just gonna create one machine, which is gonna be a CouchDB server, master server. So as I said, you run vagrant app, you're gonna create all the machine. So vagrant will read your vagrant file, try to create all the machine you've defined in that file. But you can also specifically try to create only one machine at a time. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go to my vagrant file here to see the name of one of my machines. So here I'm gonna decide I'm gonna create my CouchDB server. So I'm just gonna copy this, get out, and just run vagrant app, and the argument will be the name of the machine that I want to create. So we'll have to wait. Vagrant will do some more stuff. So as you can see, bringing machine CouchDB up with VirtualBox. So the provider here is VirtualBox, but you can also have many provider in Vagrant. So now we have the progress bar 70%. So don't mind the yellow color. The yellow color means here we have a new version of the box, but as I said, we're not gonna mind that. We're just gonna continue. Everything should be all right. But I will recommend to update your box. So here we have the booting the virtual machine. You have the SSH address, which is the local IP, and the port number. So the port number is 2222. You have the SSH username, which is Vagrant, and the authentication method here is the private key. So you have so many authentication. You can have authentication with password, but here we using the private key for this case. So let's see what will happen. So we're just gonna wait a little bit while. Yeah. It's retrying. Now it's trying to set up the host name, and now it's doing the configuration for your network interfaces. So including the IP address, so on, and now the sync folder. So now Vagrant is done. So what we need to do, we're gonna try to SSH to that machine if Vagrant was done successfully. So we should be able now to SSH to the machine. So let's try that. So Vagrant SSH, and the name of the machine is CouchDB master. So CouchDB master. So now we are inside the machine. So we can run some other command like who am I? I'm the vagrant user, and the host name is CouchDB master, and I can try to see the IP address. Okay, this package is not installed. So what I need to do, I need to install the package with the yum package manager. So I'm gonna just run yum install net tool. So this gonna install some of the package for network, can be if config, net start, or some other packages. And after installing this, I will be able to see what is the IP address of this virtual machine here, the private IP address. I'm just gonna press yes to continue, and the signature, yes. And then if I run if config, I have the IP address here. So I just gonna run again to kind of break down this a little bit because there's so much too much information. So I'm just gonna run 8001. Nothing really happened. 81, sorry. Okay, this is not really something I need, but here you can see that this is what I'm interested in. So this is the IP address that I have defined in my vagrant file. So you have the IP address, you have the net mask, and you have the broadcast. So vagrant is the virtual machine, CouchDB is up and running, and we can disconnect. As I said, for my case, I will run this later to kind of create all the rest of my virtual machine by running all the vagrant app, and this will create all the virtual machine. Thank you very much for watching.